things will come through
Yeah.
in our life.
Mhm.
Things will come to us whether we want it or not. Now it's up to us how we're going to deal with them. So hello,
Hi.
good morning.
Good morning.
Hello,
How are
hello.
you? Yeah.
How are you?
Great. Great. Good. Good. Yeah. You want to share with us which is the most memorable adventure for you?
For, for sure, for sure. I'll share that, and I'm also looking forward, to hear some adventures from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll say before that, just one thing that is important about an adventure. Many times, if one person has an adventure, so a colleague, a friends, or whoever it is, a family member, they think they should have that same adventure, and if they don't experience it the same way, so maybe something is wrong with them. So I
Mhm.
just want to just for the start, I'm going to speak just about a few of mine. But each person has their own adventure, and each person creates their own adventure. Okay, so mine is mine, theirs is theirs. There's no comparison. And it's really important to understand in our world that we always think we need to have what the other people around us
Mhm.
have. So each person should create their own adventure, and of course to share with others. So
Yeah.
regarding that question, which one is I guess my best adventure, the most enjoying one? I'll say each adventure has a different place in life. So I won't say necessarily this is more than that, and I will talk about the
Yeah.
mountains in a second. But each adventure comes in a different phase of life
Correct.
that serves me in a different in a different way, and even more than that, I'll say sometimes adventures are not enjoyable. Like they're not like a happy moment that like I jump in the sky and like wow cool. Sometimes that adventure could also be like diving into the pain.
Mhm.
So I just want to put that out, but I will answer your question. So the last adventure that I had was this morning, running in the rain. But what like the really challenging one that I had lately, what were two. One was climbing the mountains in the Himalaya. I love backpacking, but I never really did like high altitude climbing,
Mhm.
and it's a new thing for me. And I usually go fast when I hike. And I came there and I thought, yeah, I could come, I could run fast, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Like I hardly bought any warm clothes, and we're talking about, I don't know,
Mhm.
6,000 meters. What is that? 15,000 feet. And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And I got there and I got humility and like humble. Sorry, that's a word? Because in the mountains, the oxygen, like I wasn't moving. There were people there like not in shape at all and 30 years
Mhm.
older than me, walking much faster than me. I was hardly able to move. I went like into the village to look for like a warmer jacket because it's a long trail
Mhm.
until you get to the base camp and then whatever and then climb up. So I love the challenge. Like it was a total new experience for me. It was an adventure to see my body in places that I never saw it before. Like I was shocked. I was hardly able to move. They always called a helicopter to evacuate me, and I was always pushing myself hard. But I also, thank God, my grandmother and my mother, I gave them my word. I told them that I won't play games because sometimes I tried to take it like a little bit over the edge.
Mhm.
So when I saw it was already getting kind of dangerous, really for my life. So I rested a little bit and had the altitude sickness and everything. I had to go down, but that's one type of adventure of taking my body to an extreme and seeing beauty of the nature that was like wow. I'll take that as one, and I could always talk about that now for like an hour, but it's afternoon by you and morning by me, and I'll say a different type because it's really important for me to bring both types of adventures. A different type was diving into the pain. I had a certain experience like a month ago that I had this feeling inside me, and I was always trying to find the solution, the meditation,
Mhm.
the workout, the nutrition, like all the answers, the sleep that I talk about them a lot, but then I realized, like, 1 second, stop, dive into the pain, feel that feeling with no judgment.
Yeah.
And it hurts. I'm not saying it doesn't. And after that, go do the exercise, the sleeping, the nutrition, and like all the rest of the stuff. So that was also an adventure. And now like I'm a big believer. If in the past I was a person that, like kind of like the David Goggins type of person, like, yeah, just, push through. And by the way, so David Goggins says also the same about feeling the pain. But now these days, that's also for me an adventure. When I have something inside me that told like I have a pain or a discomfort, it's a message that it's like it's a message that I got. Now I need to open it So now these days I'll open that message, I'll listen to that pain, I'll dive inside into that adventure, and then I'll and then maybe I'll go climb the mountain, I'll go running in the rain and the rest of the stuff. So yeah, that's for me like two types of adventures. Of course, there are lots of them, and we just need to open our eyes to see them.
How you get the preparation, everything that you go climb the mountain or do other adventure?
Well, like you said, each adventure is different, but like preparing for the adventure depends on the adventure and depends what's the reason I'm doing the adventure. So if I'll give an example, I'm sure there are people that will be listening that told themselves, well, I don't know what's the reason I'm doing the adventure. So that's also fine. It also happens that, so I'll divide it into two, and I don't know what's the reason I'm going out for that adventure. I just, I come calmly and listen inside and just come open-minded to whatever will come, because things will come through in our life. Things will come to us whether we want it or not. Now it's up to us how we're going to deal with them. So if it's an adventure that I'm open-minded, just looking for a certain adventure, I'll just be open-minded to whatever comes. And if it's something that I'm making, like preparing myself, something that, I want this adventure, either for, I'll give two examples. One, if it's climbing a mountain or running, 50 miles in a day, I'll prepare my body for it. I'll do whatever exercises I need to do before, and I'll give my body the rest after. And most important is be present at the moment of the adventure. And I'm not saying it's easy, because many times, we're always, now I'm getting ready for the adventure. Then when I'm in the adventure, I'm not in the adventure. I'm actually thinking about afterwards, how am I going to recover for it or whatever, like already thinking about the next thing. And one of the most important things, Eckhart Tolle talks about it in the book, The Power of Now, a lot, the power of the now. So whatever adventure it is, many times, I just want to disconnect that, framing to that word adventure that has to be this big thing. It could just be now even a discussion with myself, with my friend, girlfriend, wife, whatever it is, whoever it is, just being there in the now. That's also an adventure of itself. And it's so crucial. Someone once asked me, why are you always talking about being in the now? I told them two reasons. One, because I'm not good at it and I'm working on getting better at it. And number two, because I miss all of life if I don't live the now. Because otherwise, if I don't go through that, whatever is happening right now, so much beauty is right here, right now. And if I don't really feel it, I'm kind of missing out life. And that's pretty simple. So just to make it short, one, just be open-minded for that adventure if I don't know exactly what it is. And if I know what comes to serve me, what's that adventure, whether it's physical, it could be a financial adventure, could be with my partner, whatever it is, whoever it is. So just take those steps to prepare, and then also the steps afterwards to how am I going now to actually get more for the adventure that happened, but most importantly, be there at the adventure when it happens.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you say. Be the moment, be the mindfulness that what we're going to do. For example, some people, when they're working on their job, then they were thinking about the vacation. Then when they're vacation, then they're thinking the job they haven't done. So they didn't really have the so-called being the mind.
By the way, also Movement Makers is an adventure, Yeah. you meet so many different people from different places. Each person has their own story. And that's also really important to understand. I think, at least in my seeing of it, the two main things is understanding that each person has their adventure, and you try to learn from other people, but no comparison will help you with, that is a bridge for destruction. So, just understand each person has their adventure. You want to learn from them, perfect, but comparing won't work. And number two, preparing is nice, but whenever you have that adventure, just practice and being there. Because like you mentioned a second ago, when people are on vacation, they think about work and vacation. Just try being in the vacation, in whatever adventure it is. And maybe your adventure is right now having a cup of coffee with chocolate. Amazing, cool, be there. And I'll share a little secret. You won't always be able to be there. Thoughts will come, but it's always trying again and again. When a baby was born, they weren't able to walk, right? And it's a famous example. They walked, they fell, they came back, but you want to walk because you know it's good for you. So the same thing here. And the adventure, be in the adventure, experience it, feel that feeling, and that adventure will be so different. So I really appreciate also you bring your points, especially about the vacation and work, because that happens all the time.
Yeah, totally.
So thank you. I really appreciate that.
So for this year, 2023, what's or this month, even this month. So what is your next adventure for this month or this year?
Great question. So I have no, I write down my things, but I also have I learned through life that I could write everything down, but they say man plans, God laughs. So
Mm.
I have an adventure, but I'm also open minded for it. So in terms of the physical, there's like a trail in the desert I want to run, and it's
Oh.
kind of challenging because it's not really a trail. So and I love cliffs over there and things like that. So I'm learning the area now a little bit better, just to I need to do the best I can to keep safe. That's in terms of that, and in terms of there are many different adventures that I'm looking to go on, but also an adventure of diving more into the feelings that I have and not trying to be like a Superman and overcome them. Yes, try to overcome them, but after accepting them, after feeling them, and then pushing forward, not before that. So that's something I'm also, it's an adventure I'm looking forward. It's not a one-time thing, it's a lifetime, but now like this month I put that as one of my goals, even to dive deeper in there. Do you have anything interesting coming up your line?
Yeah, for me, as this my topic adventure, so for me also in this beginning of year, so I'm going to record the online courses as well. So this is
Wow!
totally,
Congratulations!
yeah, thank you. Totally different from what I'm teaching in the physical, and now it's for me more online and then recording. So sometimes I got quite camera shy. So as would like to share with you, before I joined Movement Makers, so I never done the IG live.
Same like you.
So so after that, okay, so because this the Movement Maker challenge, so I need to do IG live. So from there, I break through myself, then start the recording, start to do the live as well. Yeah.
Amazing! I love that. So I'm looking forward to hear how it's going to work. Wow, that's a challenge, and I like it. It could open like a lot of doors. So that's beautiful. Nice.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
I wish you the best with your challenge. I'm after the running in the rain, but I need also to run to do some some work. But it's really really great talking to you, and I love the transition that you're doing. It's great. I see you're really active, so I'm sure you bring a lot of value to people, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So what is your last word about the adventure to the audience?
Last word about adventure.
Hmm.
Realize that adventure is always here. Adventure doesn't have to be something huge in your mind, because then you'll never have that adventure, because you'll always be waiting for that adventure coming, and there'll always be things waiting for you, in the pipeline. So have that adventure here. Have it today. You don't need to wait a month until you finish, this month's work and then go for that adventure. Find that adventure in the small things. And by the way, the most amazing things in life are the ones we take for granted. So if you find that adventure and be present with that adventure in the small things, afterwards, okay, you'll also have other, those big goals, those big adventures. Amazing. I'm all for that. But don't wait only for that to be your adventure. Have that adventure once a year. Have it more than that. Why not? You deserve it.
Yeah, great share, great share. So thank you for the collaboration together with you. So enjoy your
Thank you,
adventure
Peter.
and enjoy your work. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Peter. Have a great day there.
Thank you. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.